And here we go, guys. ZEFA versus TRUEWHALE. Pre-bans are coming out right here. Find out what these two are going to be pre-banning in our very first match.
And if I'm TRUEWHALE, I'm thinking about pre-banning the segment, thinking about pre-banning the Moore. We know that ZEFA does not have an Oliver, so ZEFA likely gonna need to pre-ban an Oliver at some point. And then, I guess we see the Dominic pre-ban doesn't want to deal with that high damage Dominic we saw from TRUEWHALE at some point. But I would be concerned about a Oliver coming out at some point in the field. So TRUEWHALE is going to be able to have this Oliver rely on, but doesn't need to pick it first.
Yep, let's see what this first pick is here with TRUEWHALE. It is going to be a Shizuka. I wonder if that's a little bit of research there on ZEFA, how much he likes to play that Shizuka.
So TRUEWHALE basically resigning himself to some turn 2 play here. So ZEFA can choose to take this aggressive to go with a more aggressive route. We see a Geo coming out.
There was a little bit of a smirk on ZEFA, and I feel like it's because he was playing the Win Omniuji, thinking about what people are going to think when this unit drops here. But
I'm not sure about playing the Geo when you know TRUEWHALE has a Tianlang. So Tianlang almost becomes a force ban when you have a Geo on the field. I think ZEFA should take a Changpeng at some point because, or a high-speed stripper. So a Gion is interesting. It does allow Shizuka to have bombs at some point in the game, but I would have preferred a Changpeng because it applies glancing to the entire side of TRUEWHALE, and also if things are stripped beforehand, allows for the third skill AoE reset. So ZEFA leaning with the Nana is a little interesting. It does counter the Narsha a little bit, but it also allows him, makes him have to play a little bit more passively.
Ooh, interesting. We saw our Hey Gang got taken back for TRUEWHALE, and it looks like he's going to swap up to a Nikki and Mo Long to wrap up TRUEWHALE's draft.
Interesting picks here. So TRUEWHALE is probably angling toward a Gianna ban because Gianna is going to outspeed every single unit on TRUEWHALE's side. So that's almost a force ban coming out from him. The Josephine is an interesting pick from ZEFA. Did not expect to see that one coming here. And so when you see a Josephine pick here, I mean, I think ZEFA in general needs to ban out either the Molong or the Narsha because that's just so much aggression coming in from this side of the field. I think TRUEWHALE, again, has to take out that, the Gianna. Oh, yeah, but of course, you have a Geo on the field, so you do have to take out the Tianlang. So that makes sense. So you have a Nana here, and then you have a Molong Narsha. So it's gonna be about if TRUEWHALE can keep that aggression going, or if he runs out of steam in the first turn.
Well, let's see what happens, guys. In this first match between TRUEWHALE and ZEFA, Narsha is going to be the unit to kick us off here. Looking to do some big damage here to that Nana, getting that defense break as well.
Yeah, but that Geo is going to take a lot of turns here. There's a lot of just attack bar cycling, a lot of skill usage going on here. 35% attack bar recovery is a lot. But again, missing that on his Shizuka is a huge miss.
That's a massive miss, not landing that karma on top of the Shizuka here. We're going to see this big skill 3 come out here to pump out those additional damage. We've got Nana looking a little low right now. We do have a strip defense break coming out of the first skill of this Geo, and not getting the strip there on Shizuka.
Not getting the strip on Shizuka, absolutely. Kind of unlucky there. TRUEWHALE's going to be able to do a lot of damage, going to be able to take out the Nana there. The question is going to be if he's going to use skill 3 from the Molong or skill 2 to do it first. We'll see what Nana's able to land, but TRUEWHALE's looking like he's in a good spot right now.
Despair Stun does go out on top of that Nikki here. We do have skills available for the Molong. Has the skill 2 that could honestly probably get rid of this Nana, and Nana revive back with their only orb.
Yeah, and unlucky for TRUEWHALE actually not stunning a single unit here. So Josephine does not able to proc and get shields on everything. So TRUEWHALE's going to be able to use skill 3 from the Molong coming up on his next turn.
Yep, skill 2 is available still with this Geo. Geo looking to finally land a karma on top of anybody. Does land karma finally.
Does land karma on the Narsha. Narsha might go down soon, but again, this Molong's going to be able to take something out. And this Nana's also almost dead.
Yep, Nana is going to be... Oh, nice additional turns, though, coming out of Masha, removing the Narsha from the field. A little bit of poke damage coming towards Shizuka. We do have an additional turn coming out of the Nikki. Nikki with skills, only skill 2 available here, looking to drop that Nana. Nana is going to get dropped here. No more orbs. Additional turn pops out. Could go with the heal and save his Shizuka just a little longer.
Wow, that is a massive proc there, because if he did not proc, that Nana would not have orbs, and we'd see 2 units dead on the side of ZEFA. Instead, TRUEWHALE does go for the kill on the Nana. Very smart there. Wants to take out that RNG there, and TRUEWHALE does have skill 3 on the Molong. Is going to be able to take out a unit next.
Yeah, looking for the defense break on top of the Nikki, not receiving it. A little bit of poke damage coming from the Masha. Masha with skills available can heal up the team and see if he chooses to use it, and he does so. Reckless Assault can pop out here on either the Geo or that Josephine.
I think he should throw it onto the... Either unit is fine here, but he definitely needs to use it. Goes for the Josephine here, because the Geo's not been very effective here, and that Molong obviously does a lot of damage. So I think TRUEWHALE's obviously in a great spot here. He's going to have skills coming up on the Shizuka.
Ooh, ZEFA is definitely looking for that defense break to land there on top of the Nikki, but got the defense break through the Masha. Skills available on top of Shizuka. This can be a lot of value coming for TRUEWHALE.
Definitely can be. He might be looking for a skill 2 to bring up the Narsha and snipe something off here, and that's exactly what he goes for. If he does this, he's probably going to goes for the Masha dismount. Interesting choice, but super lucky to leave the dot on the Masha, so the Masha's not going to take a turn.
Wow, Masha's going to get dismounted here. That was very lucky to get that. Defense break. Defense break. Despair Stone's coming out of this Geo. I was not expecting to see that. Here goes that big third skill, and that almost kills the Geo. Gets the dismount as well.
I think that's actually a little bit of a misplay here because Masha does get a turn, so if that Masha procs, it'll be able to kill units, but does not proc there. Geo's going to need to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Geo looking to do all that she can right now. May have enough here to take out that Mo Long. Goes with the second skill Karma onto the Shizuka. Does take out that Mo Long here. We do have third skill available. A lot of stuff's going to be landing on top of the side of ZEFA.
Yeah, but TRUEWHALE's going to be able to kill this Geo here. Going to skill 1 on the... Goes for the Masha instead. Interesting choice here, but does make sense here. Is going to be able to take out this Geo.
That was some big damage coming to that Nikki, and there you have it. Round 1 going to TRUEWHALE.
TRUEWHALE breathing a sigh of relief there. A lot of back and forth. TRUEWHALE should have wrapped that game up a long time ago, but that Masha denied him that victory when it procced, took out that Narsha, and gave his Nana that orb to allow him to hang in there. Otherwise, ZEFA would have been lost a lot earlier. It's just so much damage coming out from the side of TRUEWHALE.
Yeah, I really do love that Narsha draft. I definitely understand why ZEFA was banning out the Dominic, because there's that really fast, high damage play that TRUEWHALE likes to do, and that Narsha really brings that to the table here. Pre-bans from last time, Dominic and Cigar are going to be the units that are now available as we get into round 2 here. New pre-bans coming out right now.
We see a Ragdoll pre-ban coming out from the side of ZEFA, so interesting choice here. I'm not sure if that makes sense here, but I mean, a Ragdoll is a Ragdoll. You don't want to face that. But there's the Narsha. There's so many LDs here. So either way, fine pre-bans. You want to take out the LDs. ZEFA is likely going to lay down... I don't know if he's going to lay down Shizuka first like TRUEWHALE. He could honestly go for more aggression, but I guess the players are content playing turn 2 and have some back and forth. So we're going to see a Shizuka. TRUEWHALE's going to oblige with some damage. We're going to see that Oliver, Narsha probably leaning Volantis, Changpeng if his opponent allows him down the line.
Let's see what ZEFA's going to be bringing here after locking in a Shizuka, seeing the Oliver and the Narsha. Very aggressive already coming out of TRUEWHALE. ZEFA looking at a Masha and a Miles draft.
And I think ZEFA may be angling towards a Nana down the line if TRUEWHALE picks up any more aggression here. TRUEWHALE has a decision point because Miles is very fast here. TRUEWHALE's going to need to see if he wants to go another speed lead or if he just wants more aggression, more damage. So he goes with the Praha, goes with the Dominic. So off the bat with the Narsha and the Dominic, he's threatening a turn 1 kill if something procs. TRUEWHALE goes with the Nana to deny ZEFA the Nana. But again, TRUEWHALE's going to need a lot of damage from his 5th pick, something very impactful. Less support, more impactful if he wants to be able to take advantage, because if that Narsha's banned, he might not have enough gas on his team.
Ooh, ZEFA hovering over a more, and Changpeng, 2 units comboing very, very good together.
I think we're going to see a Volantis coming out from TRUEWHALE. I think that would be the best pick. A Volantis with a ban on either the Changpeng or the Moor would be highly effective here. If TRUEWHALE wants to play back here. ZEFA obviously going with aggression here. The Moor, Changpeng, 2 very good units together. TRUEWHALE going with an Abellio instead. Interesting choice here to hover with the Abellio because he's facing down a Cleave. And we see a Gelnir. So, okay, so first time we've seen a Gelnir was in the previous match, and now we see a Gelnir again. Interesting picks here. Gelnir is a little weak to AoE, but again, Gelnir is a force ban here because you need a ton of damage or a ton of control, like a lot, if you want to be able to out-damage a Gelnir, and he doesn't have that. So Gelnir force ban, good ban by ZEFA. It'll be interesting to see how this one pans out.
Well, speed leads for both players here. This is round 2, TRUEWHALE and ZEFA. Miles going to be kicking things off here with a skill 2. Let's see if it lands as a strip stun on one of the units of TRUEWHALE.
Yeah, and TRUEWHALE just needs to get this Oliver online and start resetting units and basically resetting units over and over again. ZEFA needs to find a way to get through this Nana orb. There's a lot of damage he needs to do.
Well, you got a lot of value out of that Moor there, getting the full strip tech bar pushback as well. Looking for the reset pushback on top of that Miles. Of course, it's going to get the turn here. Second skill is going to be coming out. See if he keeps pummeling that damage on top of the Miles. Moves on to the Masha.
Definitely needed to move on to the Masha there because the Masha can take something out with skill 2. So unfortunately, the Masha does not proc, otherwise basically kills a unit off the bat there. So TRUEWHALE, actually I think that reset should have gone on the Masha off the bat. Doesn't matter here. TRUEWHALE needs to find a way to sink this Oliver in.
All right, let's see if this skill 2 is going to be landing true for TRUEWHALE. That Nana with skill 2. Defense breaks can pop out here.
Defense breaks can pop out here. We do see that more activate here. Does dismount the Narsha, which is huge here. Praha should be using skill 3 to give himself attack buff here. Might do so. We see that timer running down super quickly, so TRUEWHALE definitely running out of time.
Yep, here goes some big damage there. Almost takes out the Miles. Gets the additional turn. Nana's up to 2 stacks here.
That's a big 2 stacks on the Nana because that means that Masha definitely needs a proc if he wants to come back. If he doesn't proc, he's got no chance to win.
Yeah, if Nana can land some more defense breaks on this field, I mean, just that that dismounted Narsha can pummel so much damage here, and the Oliver as well.
I mean, there's still speed buff going on to this Narsha any moment now. Once that Narsha gets that speed buff, that's going to be a ton of damage coming out, probably onto the Shizuka.
Yep, here comes that 3rd skill, looking to get that reset on top of the Shizuka. Full attack bar pushback as well. Skill 2 available for the Oliver again.
Yeah, at this point here, TRUEWHALE just locks down the 2 water units with the Oliver. That's how powerful Oliver is, able to lock down multiple units at a time. There's really not much ZEFA can do here. This Masha needs to start proccing, but again, there's 2 orbs on Nana right now.
Yep, 2 orbs. Definitely going to be protecting TRUEWHALE's team here. He has that 3rd skill to heal up his Oliver. Oliver looking a little low. Daydream comes out, gets only 1 sleep on top of the Moor.
Only gets 1 sleep, but doesn't matter. He still has an Oliver, still can reset over and over and do damage to the Shizuka over time. You also have a speed buff on this Narsha here, so that's going to be a lot of damage that Zefarius is going to eat.
Yeah, there's that attack break there, landing on top of the Shizuka. A little bit of damage coming its way. Narsha looking to finish off that Shizuka. Not just yet, but Oliver says she's done.
Oliver says she's done indeed, and there's 3 stacks on that Nana here. There is no way Zepha's coming back. Zepha's just going to need to think about how he wants to come back in the next matches, and there we go. TRUEWHALE takes it, commanding 2-0 lead.
Big 2-0 lead for TRUEWHALE. Well played, that aggressive draft. The Narsha bringing so much damage. Well done by TRUEWHALE. Oliver just being Oliver in another match.
All you need to say is Oliver. I think we understand. All you need to say is Oliver, and we know that he probably won the game.
Yep, exactly. We'll see what happens here as we get into round 3 between ZEFA and TRUEWHALE. TRUEWHALE could possibly be looking for the first 3-0 in today's tournament here, or ZEFA looking at least clap back and take 1 victory here against TRUEWHALE.
I mean, you just see so much threat coming out from the Narsha, the Molongs, the Nikkis into Narshas, that it's just so hard for Zefarius to deal with. And so he takes out the Narsha. Makes a lot of sense here. It's just been giving him a lot of trouble here. But again, TRUEWHALE can turn this into an AoE game or keep this with a passive and mixed game with a Shizuka first pick, as he has been doing.
Oh, we've got the pre-bans here. Narsha and Sega are going to be the pre-bans. Shizuka, the first pick coming out of TRUEWHALE. Definitely something he was both these players prioritizing this unit.
So we'll see what Zefarius decides to go with. I would, again, like to see some sort of cleaving action here. But goes with a Masha, which is semi-weak into Shizuka, right? Fire into water. And the Nana to deny TRUEWHALE the Nana pick. But this leaves Zeph a little open to some damage. And that's kind of what we're saying. I don't know about this Tianlang. This is a very early pick for Tianlang. I mean, Masha does give Tianlang a little bit of a boost, but oftentimes Tianlang tends to be a bigger target itself.
Yep, definitely. I do like that Dominic, though. I think Dominic is units pumping a ton of damage towards ZEFA. But we've got Riley popping out here. Riley and a Leona, but there's still 2 more picks here. Leaving, honestly, there's Shizuka and Tianlang. That's a lot of defense breaks coming towards this Leona right now.
You know, a Water Dryad would be a very interesting pick here to provide Oblivion. Tessarian is also a live pick here. But yeah, that Leona is not something I was expecting from Zefarius. It's a little weak into a Dominic, but it's just so oppressive once it gets online.
Yep, even more defense breaks coming to the table for TRUEWHALE, bringing a Mo Long, and then we've got a little bit of protection in the form of that Wusa.
So TRUEWHALE going with some immunity from that Wusa here. So basically got double immunity with the Shizuka Wusa pick here. If he loses the Dominic, if the Dominic gets banned out, ZEFA might be able to survive long term. So if I'm ZEFA, I'm looking to take out the Dominic to not face that RNG in case it procs. And if I'm TRUEWHALE, I mean, there's a lot of picks that you could do. I guess taking out the Gianna makes sense, but I would have. That Dominic is quite scary here, especially if he's able to keep it alive, because of how much damage it can pump out.
Oh no, leader skill on the side of ZEFA as well. We've got a leader skill coming out. I believe it was an HP lead for TRUEWHALE here, but we've got Tianlang kicking things off here in this game number 3 between TRUEWHALE and ZEFA.
And that's a really fast Tianlang outspeeding a Masha, which might not be great here. Masha does not land defense break though, which is a very big miss here. Allows TRUEWHALE to keep that Tianlang alive.
Yep, there's the provoke landing on top of Mo Long to stop that from Reckless Assault. No stun coming out on top of the Tianlang. We could throw up immunity, potentially attack buff for ZEFA's team.
Does not throw down the attack buff. Interesting choice there. It's going to be a lot of damage coming out from the Dominic. Dominic does so much damage.
Yeah, a ton of damage coming towards that Nana. Nana looking for some despair stun value, not receiving anything but a defense break landing on top of the Tian Lang. We've got Shizuka with all skills available here.
Shizuka does indeed have all skills available. Does throw down skill 3. Might be a little early, but definitely wants to keep that momentum here. Again, wants to push the advantage and push some damage with this Dominic.
Ooh, an additional turn coming out of the Masha, pummeling that damage. Of course, the Vengeance coming out with the Tian Lang as well. No stuns happening here because that immunity is up here. He is going to cleanse himself. Doesn't get the stun cleanse. Gets a defense break cleanse on top of the Nana, though.
Does have that attack buff, and that proc is absolutely massive because it means that Zefarius does have immunity up on his entire field here. So TRUEWHALE gonna need to be a little defensive here. This Dominic does need to proc a couple times if he wants a chance to win.
Soul Protection go out on top of Tian Lang. Tian Lang very, very low with the defense break sitting on top of Shizuka with a beautiful strip on top of the Nana as well. Skill 2 is available for this Tian Lang.
Skill 2 definitely available here, but not able to get anything. Unfortunate for TRUEWHALE here, and is gonna lose that Soul Protect buff here, so he's gonna lose his Tian Lang.
Yep, Tian Lang is going to go down here. Defense break sitting on top of the Nana. We do have skill 2 available. Looking to lock down a unit. Locks down the Mo Long with a provoke here. No Reckless Assault coming out for him.
Yeah, no Reckless Assault coming out. Leona's just so good. LD unit doesn't have elemental disadvantage here, so that Mo Long's not going to be able to do anything. We haven't seen a single proc from this Dominic yet, so TRUEWHALE's basically not in a good spot right
Definitely not in a good spot at all. We've got 2 orbs sitting on top of this Nana. Nana is going to be, well, coming back for 2 more turns, and TRUEWHALE's running out of units here to get rid of these orbs.
Yeah, TRUEWHALE definitely running out of units to get rid of these orbs here. Shizuka does have skills up soon here. Does bring up the Tian Lang here, and that we're going to see hopefully some stuns coming out for TRUEWHALE.
Yep, there's that 1 stun landing on top of the Masha. A little bit of stuns coming towards his Dominic as well. We've got Riley just keeping up with all that sustain here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point here, there's a Nana with 2 stacks on it. You have a Masha, attack buff Leona here. I don't think TRUEWHALE really has much of a chance to win this game.
Yeah, well, beautiful little stun there landing on top of the Dominic. We have all skills available with Mo Long, but it's just a little too far over here for this Mo Long to think about putting a Reckless Assault down at all.
Yeah, again, this Nana's about to have 3 stacks on it once another unit goes down. Again, TRUEWHALE doesn't really have heals. It doesn't have enough impact, enough way to support this Mo Long. So, again, ZEFA's in a great spot. We're going to be looking at a 2-1.
Yeah, ZEFA's in a fantastic spot here. Seeing if maybe he'll go down the Nana route going into game number 4 as well. We'll see what happens here. TRUEWHALE's able to take one of the orbs down on top of the Nana. We still have just an abundance of sustain coming out of Riley.
Yeah, definitely an abundance of sustain coming out from Riley. We again have 2 orbs on that Nana. This Mo Long doesn't have a healer, so it can't really use Reckless Assault. And there we go. ZEFA takes this one and brings it to 1-2.
Yep, well done, ZEFA. That was a great match there. I do like that play coming from him. He was able to really utilize that Nana and able to keep up with those orbs, and he really held TRUEWHALE back here. He was not able to do the same things that he was doing before.
Yeah, definitely able to hold TRUEWHALE back. It's kind of interesting that TRUEWHALE let that Leona through. That Leona was basically locked down his Mo Long the entire game and prevented him from really being able to do anything. So I think that draft just was a very unconventional draft both ways. A lot of interesting picks and units. And TRUEWHALE probably he's going to have access to his Narsha this round, so he's going to be, I think, going to be able to utilize that to his advantage and probably start picking units off.
Yep, well, there's those pre-bans that we were discussing before. Narsha's pre-ban is now available, and of course, the Sager's now available as well. New pre-bans coming out here.
New pre-bans coming out, but we're not going to see a Narsha pre-ban coming out from ZEFA. And again, ZEFA's not going to have his Gianna to protect him. Remember, that's almost always a force ban from TRUEWHALE because of how it stacks up in speeds to his lineup. So good bans on both sides here. ZEFA doesn't have Oliver, doesn't want to deal with it. Probably going to take Shizuka first as he has. And TRUEWHALE's probably going to go with the same strat of Narsha, some aggression, some damage.
Yep, well, there's the Masha being drafted by ZEFA. TRUEWHALE looking to potentially take some units away from ZEFA here.
Do like the Masha pick. I mean, I'm biased. It's usually my first pick here. So, you know, TRUEWHALE obviously going to stick with what he has been. Goes with, takes the Narsha early and goes with the Shizuka.
Yep, there we go. ZEFA looking to respond. Let's see if he changes the pace here or brings back something that he was previously drafting into this Shizuka Narsha draft.
Definitely a window to cleave here. I mean, TRUEWHALE is running a medium speed unit, so ZEFA could go with a more Changpeng. Obviously, the window's always open for that. But instead wants to go with the Nana to directly address the Narsha right now and steals the Nikki from TRUEWHALE. Interesting steal there, and that attack buff is going to provide support for the Masha, but again, ZEFA is exposed to some cleaving action.
TRUEWHALE flashing the Leona, looking to take that unit away from him as well, but looks like he's going to be hovering over a Dominic, bringing a lot of damage in the form of Narsha Dominic.
And I would love to see a Robo come out here. The Wusa is a very safe pick. It allows TRUEWHALE to rely on either Narsha or the Dominic to basically isolate units, both of them being friendly, flashing the Leona back and forth. And I love that Changpeng pick here. It basically does a lot of work in the TRUEWHALE's team, provides glancing, its speeds stack up very well into TRUEWHALE's. So Changpeng very good here. It also enables Amasha, and it allows Geo to just be a little bit more consistent with his skill 2s.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, having everything already pre-stripped, you know, you can at least try to get some value out of that Karma's second skill for Geo.
Definitely, and TRUEWHALE going with the Okeanos, bringing us back to 2017 here with his Okeanos. I do like that pick a lot, does provide AoE stun, does do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it's a force ban, so we're not going to see it in action much, but we're going to see Zephyrius be able to use this Changpeng to great effect here. TRUEWHALE's going to need to resist a little bit if he wants to have an advantage in this match.
Yeah, let's see what happens as we get into game number 4 with TRUEWHALE and ZEFA. TRUEWHALE wins this. TRUEWHALE's going to be moving forward, but ZEFA could win this, taking us into a game 5.
And it's going to come down to the speeds of the Dominic and the Narsha to see how they stack up versus this Changpeng, because if TRUEWHALE can get these 2 units off first, he's going to secure a kill off the bat. So it really comes down to which units are faster.
Whoa, whoa, the despair. Geo here was not expecting it to see it happen like that. Karma does land, and we get the additional turn coming out for the 2-piece coming out of Changpeng.
So, of course, we have a 25%er, a little less than 25%er happen. That's exactly what's going to need to happen if Zepha's going to need to take advantage, and that's a lot of damage from the Nikki.
That's definitely a lot of damage from the Nikki here. Dominic looking to bring his own damage to the table here and gets that branding to land on top of the Changpeng. Changpeng is still alive here, though.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see that Dominic go down here. Goes after Dominic. That's so much damage on the Dominic.
Wow, Dominic's still alive, though. Now, with these skills available, let's see what TRUEWHALE's going to be using here. Puts the soul protection down.
Not sure about that because this can be stripped by the Geo here, so ZEFA should be able to strip that. Does not go for that. Decides instead to put the suppression onto the Suzuki.
Ooh, he tried to get the strip there with that first skill, but he was only killing the Dominic. Dominic's still alive right now. Narsha's going to get dropped. We've got Wusa first skill.
Yeah, again here, TRUEWHALE's playing on the back foot here. Does get a massive proc from that Wusa here, so Wusa's going to be able to have skills next. But again, that Dominic's doesn't have a lot of HP, and there's an attack buff on Amasha.
Wow, he nails the 2-turn sleep on top of the Nikki. That might be what actually keeps TRUEWHALE alive here. He's able to keep both of his Shizuka and his Dominic alive.
It might be, but that's again, that's an attack buff Masha here. We do have skill 3 coming out, giving soul protect to all the units. So again, Zepha's going to need to do a lot of damage and proc a couple times on this Masha.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what he's going to be needing here. A little bit of skill 1 damage going towards the Geo. Shizuka is going to get this turn here coming up once again. He does have skill 2 available. He might be able to throw that onto himself here to keep his Shizuka alive just a little longer.
Definitely kind of a tough choice here. We're going to see a lot of damage coming out from Narsha, probably landing a defense break there. Shizuka does not have skill 3 up for 7 turns, so it's basically a dead unit at this point.
Let's see what happens with Masha. Masha looking to potentially seal the deal with this kill here. Does get it. We have skills available, all skills available with Wusa.
And I'm not sure why he didn't just go for skill 2 onto the Dominic there to do some more damage and kind of shake that immunity, but it's okay as well. Actually, that was okay there as well. But TRUEWHALE looking like he's in a good spot here. He's going to be able to pump a lot of damage out with this Dominic.
We're going to get a lot of damage with this Dominic. I think he might just go after the Nikki with this big branding here. Does land the branding, finishing off that Nikki. Additional turns popping out here. It is a lonely Masha fighting these 2 units on the side of TRUEWHALE.
But that Masha does not land defense break. Absolutely massive there.
Needed that defense break land. Big skill 1 coming in on top of the Masha. Additional turns popping out again. I think ZEFA knows what's happening right now. And there it is. The dismount happens. Skill 1 comes out. Doesn't kill. We've got skill 1 going right back into additional turns are popping out. Skill 2 goes down right there. We need to see a big 1-shot, and that's not what you see here. TRUEWHALE finishes it in round 4, moving forward.